Working the timer. We're back from commercial. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Pat O'Melia here, and my guest is a candidate for Ward F, Pastor Tyrone Ballon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Pat.
All right. Well, why do you want to be Ward F's council person?
Well, first of all, it's numerous reasons. That's a huge question, and it has many answers on my part. What I would say is this: Ward F has been starving and struggling for quite some time, as the city do know. It's what I consider the forgotten ward. And I'm born and raised in Ward F. I'm 55 years old. I'm from the grassroots families of the past. And I've seen the progress that was there when I was a child, you know, from the parents of that era. And it's just no longer there anymore. So I really feel like people of my era have a responsibility to maintain that momentum and get it back that we once had. When I came up as a child, we had recreation summer program. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Cedar. The Cedar program, everybody had a job at Cedar, swimming pools, everything, you know, but that was as a result of the parents. You know, the parents made sure that we got what we needed in the community.
What happened here? Why are the parents gone? Because that is one of the comments that they talk about Ward F. There aren't family units anymore. There
aren't grassroots families there anymore from my era. And one of the problems that I would like to say is that I really believe that those parents, I just put something on social media from a friend of mine whose mother just passed away. And I gather she have to be like in her 70s, something like that. My mother was 80 when she passed in 2012. However, what the works that they done, you know, it was not carried on by people. I have to fault people of my generation. You know, as 55, we didn't take on that baton. And
well, the question is, why didn't they?
Well, it's several reasons. It's several reasons. Back then, you know, our parents was more politically involved. They held our representative more accountable. You know, they was more organized. There was more structure there. You know, but it's not there any longer. So my platform is, you know, I have a lot of people ask me, well, Tyrone, what are you going to bring to us? And, you know, I'm like, no, it's not what I'm going to bring, because this problem that we're having in Ward F is bigger than one person. So what I have intentions on doing is bringing back unity. We have to get some grassroots movements, and we have to, you know, get these things back together to, you know, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know, we just got to go back to that which was successful for our foreparents.
So you're saying the answers to the future is in our past?
Yes.
The biggest problem in Ward F, and correct me if I'm wrong, is crime.
Yes.
There's running gun battles on MLK. There's
Yes,
shootings every night.
Yes,
Maybe not be killings,
Yeah,
but somebody's being shot at.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the aim isn't good, or we'd have fatalities every night.
Yes.
How do you address that? Because that is a pressing concern in Ward F.
You know something, Pat? I have a men's support group called Ministry for Men, and all these shootings, majority of it is done by, let's say, from the age of 15, 25, or 30.
The kids.
Okay, yes they are. Yes they are, but you know, in all fairness, I don't condone it. Quite naturally, I don't condone it. But one of the problems is that our kids are not the problem. They're the results of the problem. Just when we first started, you know, my generation did not follow the traditions of our ancestors. You know, we got away from it, you know, and the kids are not the problem. The kids are the results of the problem. You know, they're not being parented properly, you know, and as a result of my generation not stepping up to the plate, what happened is our kids is on, you know, it's to their own demise. They're out there, you know, raising themselves.
You got 16-year-old kids out on the streets at 2:30 in the morning. So how do you stop that? What do you do with the parents that allow this kid to be out on the street at 2:30 in the morning?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's why I mentioned even something as simple as my men's program. My name of my men's program is called Ministry for Men. Men happen to be an acronym. It's called Mind Edifying Nourishment. But at the same time, because these kids don't have these various different things and resources, I should say, as a result of them not having it, they're out there to their own demise. And the thing is, you mentioned 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I see kids out on the street corners, you know, hanging out during school hours. That was unheard of in my hour. I mean, they had truant officers. So it's not only a family a breakdown of the family. It's a breakdown of society
Well,
in general.
the old days, if you were hanging out, if you were playing hooky, mom was going to get you. Eventually,
Absolutely.
the school told mom.
Absolutely.
And then dad came.
Absolutely. But see, that's not happening today. So the kids is the result of the problem. You know, the constituents in themselves plays a part. But at the same time, once again, the key issue to poverty, the key issue to crime is poverty. You know, it's easy for someone to say, they need to stop it. They need to get a job. They need to do this. They need to do that. But the truth of the matter, Pat, as both you and I know, if someone don't have the proper resources to get a piece of the American dream or get a pair of sneakers and this and that, or don't even know where their next meal coming from, they're going to pull tricks to try to survive.
No, they're going to turn to crime.
Yeah, desperate people do desperate things.
If you're 16 years old, you're not going to school, you're at 2:30 in the morning, you're never going to have the skill sets to get a job. But on the flip side, we don't have any jobs in Jersey.
Exactly.
See, back in my time, I'm a little older than you, 60, I could walk out the door and get a job.
Absolutely.
I can't do that anymore.
Absolutely.
They're not here. So
Absolutely.
And the real question is, you got a family unit problem, you have a crime problem, and you have an employment problem. Those are the three factors. I don't know what you can do about the family unit and keeping mom and dad together to raise the kids.
Well, the thing is, Pat, I really believe that's one of my specialties because I am a pastor, you know, and a pastor plays a part in the restoration of society, you know, and that's something that I do through my men's program, ministering to brothers and trying to get them to receive mind edifying nourishment, to first take on responsibility. Don't point the finger at the children, as I mentioned. I gave a scenario, Pat, one time in my men's program. I said, why is it that our kids, our communities is so hurtful today? And the first thing one of the gentlemen said is because of the kids. And I got on him. I stopped him. I said, listen, you know, don't blame the kids because you know, you and I, this gentleman was around my age. I said, you know, both you and I was held accountable for our actions. We could not just go out there and do whatever we want. Absolutely. Not only mom and dad. There's an African proverb said it takes a village to raise a child. And it wasn't only mom and dad I had to look out for. I had to look out for my neighbors. I had to look out for everyone. I wasn't out there on the corner shooting dice. Why? Because not only mom and dad, I had uncles. I had neighbors.
The neighborhood, yep. I'm telling you, we had the same thing.
It's a community.
I grew up in Dog Patch, Jersey City. The neighbors watched.
Yes.
The cop knew you because every cop was the same cop.
Thank you.
You know, Frank Abilene used to use instant justice.
Yes.
And that was accepted. All right, we're out of time on this segment. Try to come back as much as you can right up to Election Day.
I will.
And we can bring you in through the computer, too. It's the easiest way to do it.
Yes.
We're out of time. Here, what's your position? What's your ballot position?
3C.
3C. November the 7th, he'd like your vote. You're watching the Jersey City Show. Tyrone is going back to campaign, and I'll be right back.
This is a special political announcement. This November 7th is Election Day, and this election perhaps will be the last election to save Ward F from the gentrification of its grassroots families. Who is Pastor Tyrone Ballon? We're glad you asked. He is the only true independent Ward F candidate who is unbought and unbossed by politicians and their cronies, none of which has any ties to him nor any influence over his livelihood. Ward F has been bleeding for too long, and it can no longer afford to be controlled by any more politicians and their comrades. For a politician is one who is primarily interested in political office for selfish or other narrow, usually short-sighted reasons. Pastor Tyrone Ballon is not a politician, and his labor in the community for numerous years has proven just that. People of Ward F, Pastor Tyrone Ballon is the one you need to stop the bleeding of the underclass in Ward F. So come out and support one of our very own who reflects the grassroots trait and embodies the vision of the former parents of Ward F. And that person is none other than Pastor Tyrone Ballon for Ward F City Councilman. This November 7th, remember to vote column 3C.